Oh, hey there, boys and girls. Sorry about that. You guys caught me unexpectedly. I wasn't expecting you so soon. Well, I'm at a loss. I mean, I didn't expect to be revealing myself to you guys this soon. I mean, it's so unexpected. Well, since you're here, I could tell you how it was supposed to go down. See, I had this huge skit planned. It was gonna be filled with action, drama, betrayal, and even twists. But none of that's gonna happen now. Or will it? I digress. My point is, I've almost hit 100 subscribers. And what I am most excited about is something that just happened recently. You see, I've actually just produced my first audiobook. And I know you guys normally come to me for your daily doses of horror and everything like that. But my other half was talking with me. And he said that my audience might like a show of charity every once in a while. And I honestly wasn't expecting to share this with you guys, but he convinced me otherwise, so I'll tell you about it. You see, I actually got involved with this brilliant author named Jeffery D. Jeschke. And he actually made a book called The Homeless Spirits of Chicago. Now, I know you normally come to me for horror and all that jazz, which you will be getting later on. But he asked me to produce an audiobook for him. Or make an audiobook for him. Now, I can't give you guys the full video here, for, legal purposes. But I do want to share with you guys a little bit of what it's about. And that's what tonight's video is going to be. If you like it, you can just so happen to go over on Amazon and purchase his book. Or, if you want to, you can even listen to me read it to you guys on Audible. In the meantime, I can give you guys a sneak peek. That's what tonight's story is going to be. Now, like I said, if this isn't for you, that is perfectly fine. You can just shove off on your merry way and do your own thing. Go over to Mr. Creepypasta's channel. Listen to something he's read recently. He's a lot better than I am. If you do happen to like this, stick around. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you might even feel a thing or two. Shut up. But until then, here's tonight's story. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a cat that needs skinning.
Homeless Spirits of Chicago, written by Jeffery Jeschke, narrated by BladeTheCut. The rights to the music used in this audiobook is credited to Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com and Miyuji at youtube.com/user/Miyuji under the Creative Commons Attribution. Lucinda was a homeless woman living in Chicago in the mid-1990s. She rummaged through garbage every day for whatever she could find to eat. She was in her early 50s, and one time, she had a home and a career. Drugs had cost her everything. She used to be a high school teacher at one time. She actually taught math, but now, she struggles with figuring out which day of the week it is. Lucinda dabbled into drugs at a very young age, but she always justified it, indicating she was more of a binge drug user. She always said she knew where to draw the line. Well, there wasn't a lot of line left to be drawn. Lucinda had been raped inside a homeless shelter a couple of years before. Her children and ex-spouse gave up on her after countless rehab centers and family-related interventions. She debated just lying on the tracks and letting 200 tons of flying steel roll over her body. Every once in a while, people do that sort of thing in Chicago. It was a swift and clean death in some ways, but quite disturbing in other ways. Lucinda thought about what she had told her high school students. She had said that Roman gladiators would at times put their heads into a bladed wheel so they could rob the crowd of whatever it desired death to be. This was quite a strange and bizarre thought, Lucinda thought. She also thought to steal the type of death the world desires is a pretty intricate thing. She had graying brownish hair and a very dirty face. She was very skinny from living on the streets. She reminisced in her mind of what it was like at one point to sit in the teacher's lounge and mingle with others. She thought to herself that nobody would recognize her now. Her face and body had changed so much from both the street and what she's put into her body. Lucinda pondered life's meaning. She used to tell people that when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Well, at this point in her life, she wonders if she has any lemons to even make lemonade. And what in the world is lemonade about anyways? Lucinda just wants to put something edible inside her stomach. She just wants to find somewhere warm to sleep where she won't be raped or mugged. The street has no rules, and the homeless are the most susceptible to those conditions. Once at a bus stop, Lucinda was beat over the head with a stick and had her few belongings taken. When the police arrived, Lucinda tried to make a report, but without an address to give, the police said they couldn't really take any information down. Lucinda realized that there was a double standard being a homeless person. This meant how society viewed her or treated her. Hygiene wasn't an important factor on the street for Lucinda, and due to the constant potential for being raped, she purposely neglected hygiene. She thought that maybe through that action, it may at least turn away some predators. Lucinda hadn't had any contact with their family for at least 8 years. She wasn't sure what they would say if they even saw her, or the way she was living. She thought to herself that laying on the train tracks would be a better fate than the shame and embarrassment of dealing with her family and those who used to know her. While Lucinda walked the streets of Chicago, she peered into the windows and sometimes noticed people purchasing things at a cash register. She thought to herself that she used to have money. She even had spending money, she thought. She attempted to avoid standing in front of any business for a long period of time because the owner of the shop wouldn't appreciate that. And neither would the police. She'd been kicked out of certain public places. Once, she was told to wake up and get lost when she fell asleep on a bench. Another time, she was kicked out of a store in the wintertime. The latter was when she was attempting to get warm for a few minutes before returning to the snow.